Welcome to the interview. I'm Dan Hollander. Today we're talking with Jim Cone about the Lawrence County four-year college. Jim, it's a pleasure to have you with us.
Thank you.
I know there are a lot of areas to cover, so we'll do that. Where did the idea for a four-year college for Lawrence and the surrounding counties originate? That may have been several years ago.
Well, in fact, it was a few years ago, and I have only been I was asked to get involved with the project last spring. So some of my knowledge is from that and going back. But what I know about the origination of the idea was when Governor Haslam brought out the Drive to 55 project. And I'm hoping everybody should know what that is now. And that's where he would like to see every community have a 55% college graduation rate. 55% of the population be college educated. That's what's prompted the Tennessee Promise for any student that desires to go to a community college in Tennessee goes for free. And that's really an outstanding opportunity for all the Tennessee youth that has a desire to go on to college, because what's better than free? And I noticed in the paper this morning that Governor Haslam proposed to the legislature last night, in addition to the Tennessee Promise, where adults will be able to go to community college for free. So, which is another exciting opportunity.
How about the advisory board selection? Now you got to get some really people who want to get this job done and make things better.
The committee that's working right now is a group of interested citizens in the county, and along with D.R. Williams, our county mayor, and Keith Durham, our city mayor, and and Barry, of course, Barry Doss is actively involved, and then you got the Keith Smith from Loretta, and we've tried to have tried to involve the entire county as far as volunteers and people that are interested. And we continue to get phone calls and questions about how people can help. So the community is very involved. They're very interested in what's going on, and it's amazing. I get stopped on the street every time I go out, and somebody's wanting to know what's going on. So,
well, that's a good thing.
And it is a good thing. It's a nice buzz to have around Lawrence County.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Has a site been selected for the school at this point?
At this point, no. We have 3 sites that we're looking at, and we should have, I would say within the next 30 to 45 days, we will have that done, or at least selected.
Yeah.
Because where we are right now, that's we've reached a point where we need to get the site selection finished or made, so that we can get all those preliminary things done that have to be done, as land-wise. They have to do site surveys and topography studies and all this other stuff that I have no idea about. Yeah. That all the contractors and the construction people know about that I don't. But anyway, that's part of that has to get done before we can start.
Yeah. And highway access is really important, I'm sure.
Well, the committee has discussed that long and hard, and we think it would be best situated along the bypass somewhere. The 43 bypass, 64 bypass junction would be a nice area should something come available down through in that area. Because what we're seeing is we're hoping and seeing that there's going to be an influx of students from Wayne County, Lewis County, Giles County, even some students from Murray County, and to have it highly accessible and highly visible to those that ride by and drive by and can see that we have this facility here. And then also it'll be in that area in the south side of town. It would be really accessible to even students from North Alabama, which is where the majority of our students are going today. We're losing to North Alabama, and we want to change that.
Understand. Well, what size facility at this point are you considering?
As you well know, we have Columbia State here up on Wick Creek Road next to the high school, and we've outgrown the facility. It's been a great facility for the last 30 years. It's been upgraded and expanded once, but we can do nothing further there. So what we're trying to do is think through the process and the selection process of acquiring enough property so that we're not just doing a 5-year build. We're trying to look out to 20 years, 25 years, 30 years, where this program might be, and how much we might need to grow the facility over time. And initially, we're going to start with the initial college building. We'll start with 35 to 40,000 square foot building. The style of the building, the committee's already selected. We know what we want it to look like. We have selected architect to build the building. We just need property to put it on.
Right.
So, and along with that, as soon as we get that program started, we'll be building a second building on the property that will house the TCAT education and the AAIT programs and the other technical degrees and certificates for kids that are coming out that want to learn electronics and other manufacturing processes so they can go immediately to work. And the employers in the area are really begging for that type of education as well. So we see not only the opportunity for kids that want to go on to traditional college, but also for kids that want to do the technical study as well.
So there's several avenues to look and be sure you got right before you make
Exactly.
a move.
Exactly. We're trying to change the culture, the thoughts of the culture that you got to be a college student to be worthy and have a good job. But those technical jobs are in the TCAT arena, and there's the 3D printing arena that's over in Pulaski is probably going to get moved over here when we get the facility done. And we have TCAT Hohenwald is actually putting their facility in part of the Old Murray complex for a couple of years until we can get the facility built. So that will happen now.
Good, that's good. Well, how important is community involvement in this, Jim?
The community is very key. It's they're going to be the ones that are going to help us finalize the financing of the building. We're going to be the complex that we'll be building is going to be in the $9 to $10 million range by the time we get it all, when everything gets all said and done. So not only the county's involved, the city's involved, the state's involved, and then there'll be some private funds raised as well in order to get everything paid for.
Yeah, and I guess down the road be the hiring of teachers and instructors.
Well, the county won't necessarily be involved with the hiring of the teachers. Columbia State will still be the main entity that will manage the campus for us, and that's hiring of teachers and setting their curriculum. Also, at this point, we have Tennessee Tech and Middle Tennessee are both interested in being here to do their programs here in Lawrence County. And what that entails is Columbia State will continue to do the first 2 years, and Middle Tennessee and Tennessee Tech will do the second 2 years, which i.e. you get the 4-year schools.
Right.
Because we all know Columbia State doesn't do 4 years, they only do 2. So as it will work, Columbia State will continue to do those initial 2 years, and then MTSU will have classes, and so will Tennessee Tech have classes in order to facilitate the 4-year degree process. Tennessee Tech is already enlisting students for this coming fall for classes that will be taught here in Lawrence County at the current facility. And because there are times during the day when that facility is available, has available space. It's just when everything starts to get rolling, especially at night, then they quickly run out of space.
Yeah.
And so that's exciting, I think, because we know that Tennessee Tech's committed because they've got people on site at least a day a week now, and very shortly they'll have a person there 3 days a week who will be not only talking to students, but we'll be talking to employers and schools in the area about what's going to be available.
Yeah. So the number of students is going to vary as you get more facilities and more schools participating then.
Well, we think the opportunity is there for it to grow very quickly once we get once we have the 4-year facility. And we're extremely excited about that because we have kids today that for whatever reason can't travel to finish their school, so they are not continuing, or they're going someplace else to finish their four-year degree and not coming back. Lawrence County is losing their brain power because they're going elsewhere to be educated and not returning. They go to Huntsville and get a job and don't come back, or they go to Athens, or they go to Knoxville or Murfreesboro, wherever. But for some reason or other, but also the committee sees this opportunity to have the four-year college years also an enticement for the industries to view us as progressing along the way we should in order to facilitate their needs as they bring their companies here and educate their employees.
Any idea yet on the fields of study that will be offered, or is that way down the road?
They're talking about that, but it's really up to the colleges, Tennessee Tech, Middle Tennessee, as far as the four-year. I would expect nursing, physical therapy, education. Tennessee Tech has a new agriculture program, which would probably be ideal for this area. But they'll be the ones that will be deciding what, as they do their studies and to decide what's being asked for, what's being required, and what they feel will be the most successful here. Because if they don't have students, they're not going to be able. They can't afford to teach class. So,
right.
So in Lawrence County we have formed a committee. We haven't named the participants of this board yet, but it's going to be called the Lawrence County Higher Education Commission, which will actually oversee the running of the college, not on the day-to-day basis, because Columbia State's going to do that as they have done with the current facility, but it will be the board that will, if anything needs to be done, then that will be the group that would take care of that. And and there again, that being said, and talking about the course of study, if there's an opportunity or a different curriculum that we would like to see them do, and Middle Tennessee or Tennessee Tech can't do it, then we're holding an option out that we can get that done from someone else, Martin Methodist or UNA or whoever might have the program we might want to have.
Good. If people want to help you with this, should they give you a call now or wait till they hear more?
Well, they can call me if they're interested in helping. We're kind of in a slow spot right now, as I said, until we get the land selected, because like we have, there are some things we have done, and I see the ball really beginning to roll again as soon as the site's selected. And like I said before, we've reached a point where there's not a lot that can happen until we get that done.
Right.
And as I said, that other meeting I was supposed to be at this morning is what they're looking at. So,
yeah.
But like I said, I think that we're within 30 to 45 days of that being done, and it'll pick up and run pretty quick. And we have a really aggressive timeline. I don't know that with where things are right now, whether that timeline is still going to work. We were hoping to have classes start as early as the fall of 2018, and we may have to move that until spring of 2019. But we'll just have to see where we are when as we get things going. And the architects will pretty much help us make that decision, because they're the ones that know how these things get put together.
Okay. We appreciate the visit and all the information.
Absolutely.
Jim.
I'm glad I could help.
Good.
And everybody listen up and be ready to jump in and help when you can.
Good. Thank you.
You bet.
That's the interview. I'm Dan Hollander. We thank you for watching.